Hey y'all, I'm excited. We're here at the Marriott. This is where it's all going down. Y'all better be getting your tickets. This place is too beautiful and you're just not gonna be able to miss it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be powerful.
Here and anywhere there's in between the doors.
Come on, if you need healing, if you need deliverance, if you just need to be refreshed, you got to come join us right here. It's going down, y'all. January 23rd.
He had gotten really like cold. Like after he found out that I was pregnant, it was like a change. Like he was different. Like it was like I know you need me, so I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna give you my behind the kiss. I'm gonna treat you like a dog because you're gonna have to sit here and take this now.
Wow. So basically, you're on the hook because you have my baby. So now
yes,
I can
ma'am.
do you however I want to do you.
I can do you however I want to do.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Love, Lust, the Lies. We are very excited to be back and to bring you another fire episode. We have been on it lately, talking about these crazy things and relationships that people have found themselves in. Ladies, we have been just really interviewing ladies, but men, I know y'all have some stories too, but y'all not coming out. How can we tell y'all stories if y'all don't come forth? So I'm gonna need y'all too. If y'all done been with a narcissist, if you're a man and come across this channel and you done been with a narcissist woman or just a woman from the pits of hell, email us at lovelusterlies, LOVE, lust, LUST, or lies, LIES at gmail.com. We want to share your story. Now, don't email us if you was in the foolishness and then that woman start chasing you and scratching your car up because you was in the fool. Do not email us if that was you.
Because Dr. Dana is going to get into it. So just come with facts or
Go with the facts. Go with the facts. So we're excited to be back. Y'all know I'm Dr. Dana and
Dr. LaLisa, co-host.
Yes, and we're just happy to be back. We appreciate all of the good information that's been coming forth. We want to share with y'all, if this is your first time tuning in, we are having a fire conference in January 2026. It's called He Broke Me. So many women have been broken in several of these relationships and or broken by men at an early age, whether it's through sexual molestation, physical abuse. We're hearing all of the harmful, traumatic experiences that started with women very early on. So we're going to create a space for healing, freedom, deliverance, all of the sorts. And I want you, if that's you and you say, you know what, I just want to be in God's presence. I just want to be in a space where I can be free in my mind, body, soul, or spirit. Meet us there. Friday, January 23rd. And we're going to be giving away some free tickets. So you're going to have to tune in to our TikTok channel where we'll do a few lives. We'll give a few giveaways. We have sponsors that are actually supporting our conference. Untamed Beauty will be giving away a $200 service, and that's a hair salon in Baton Rouge, in the Baton Rouge area. One of the best, Irene, is one of the most fire beauticians that exists in our area. And so she's giving away a free $200 hair service for any lady who purchases a ticket. So if you purchase a ticket or if you win a ticket, you'll be put into a raffle to win that service. We also have Bethel Christian Church. My husband is a pastor and he's supporting this event. And so if you or in the area you need a church home, or if after the conference you want to stay over and experience an anointed church service, you can do that as well. We're Bethel Christian Church located at 1906 Beaumont Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70802. So with that, and you can also go online and get more information about the event. So with that, Dr. Delicia, I have
Let's
no
do
more words. We have another fire episode for you all today. We have a young lady who's come forth to talk about the trickery, the manipulation, the schemes and scams of a person who crept into her life and caused her some holy hell.
it.
And it was right under her nose all the time, all along, right under her nose. And oftentimes these people are right under our nose. So without further delay, I want to introduce to you all Mrs. LaLisa, who's also an author, and she has written a book on what this crazy ninja did to her. So get your seat belts on and get ready to go on this ride because it's gonna be a roller coaster ride. But we're gonna all learn from it and hopefully not get ourselves into a situation like this. So, LaLisa, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, how are y'all? I'm
Doing
doing
good.
fine.
All right. So with us is Mrs. LaLisa. LaLisa, how are you? And thank you for being with us today.
I'm doing fine. How are you? How are y'all?
Doing
Doing great.
wonderful. Yes,
That's
thank
good. That's
you.
good.
And it's so
No,
good to
thank
see
y'all.
you.
It's so good to see y'all too. I've caught some episodes. I've been binge watching for like probably about a couple of weeks before I, reached out. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
thank
Okay.
y'all though. Thank y'all.
yes.
Awesome.
Thank you as well. And we acknowledge that it takes some courage, y'all. It's not
Hmm.
easy to come forward. You have family members, some people have children, some people have crazy baby daddies, crazy ex-husbands and or ex-wives. And so it's not easy to come forward and tell your story. So we're very
Right.
thankful for the guests who, decide to say, you know what, it's about me. And everybody does it when they're ready.
And the emotional turmoil too. The emotional
Right.
upheaval, reliving it. I mean, we
Yes.
definitely, acknowledge that this is a huge
Yes.
lift.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, sharing your
Thank
story.
y'all. I appreciate it.
So, LaLisa, we don't want to take no time because our audience, they just be ready to get the tea, baby. They be ready to get the tea. Tell us
Okay.
why you reached out. What made you reach out to tell your story?
Well, before I get into that, I do want to thank God for just healing me and bringing me through the situation because a lot of women have not, and men, they have not bounced back from,
Hmm.
any type of abuse. So,
Yes.
I'm just thankful for that.
Yes.
Yes.
And what made me reach out, I saw, I don't remember the two of the ladies' name, but I remember, I think his name is Mir.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yes. Mia the
Okay,
chosen one.
so yes, ma'am. So I saw those three talking about
Yes.
the situation, narcissistic abuse, and
Yes.
I've been through that, and I was like, I want to tell my story as well to let others know that you can heal from this and know the signs
Yes.
to look for when you're getting into any bond like friendship or relationship.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Friendship or relationship. That's good. So let's just jump right in. Tell us, maybe where you from and the moment you found yourself getting near because you kind of skirted around it for a little while and then you found yourself straight up in the middle of a narcissist relationship.
Okay. So originally I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I reside in Columbia, South Carolina. So Basically me and my kid's father. And I told you about me having a daughter, but I have two, and I'll
Okay.
get into all that. We have two. And
Okay.
so I met him, well, we met in middle school, in the sixth grade, and we instantly like became close. We had some of the same interests. We did music. We had a sense of humor. We just like to have fun. He actually liked me in the sixth grade, but we were children. I wasn't, interested in
Mhm.
it. So the friendship is spilled over into adulthood. So we, became close. We went to church together. We clubbed together. We made music. We did everything together.
Mhm.
And it was something that he did keep from me, though, as far as what he was getting into, as far as like streetwise.
Mm.
And he was actually, they were robbing people, but
Ooh.
I never was around that. He never showed me that or anything.
Mm.
So
Mm.
he ended up going to jail. So he
Mm.
got 8 years, but it ended up being knocked down to 6.5.
Mm.
So I immediately went to like start looking for him so I can write him and things of that nature. And reason being, because of his traumatic past, like he lost a mother to a violent death, a baby brother to a violent death, and he lost his
Mm.
grandmother as well.
Mm.
So I'm a loyal person. I wanted to be there for him. So I was writing
Mm.
them and things of that nature. During this time, basically everybody turned their back on him. So I was the
Mhm.
only one really, writing them, just wanting to be there for him. So it was like it was close to him getting out. So it was like the second year before he got out. So that was like 2015. He came up with this idea of us, I guess, like visiting a relationship. So I told
Mm.
him I'll see when he gets out. Now, the reason I did this is because of our history, okay?
Mhm.
So, I never dealt with somebody that, that was in jail and came out. So, I'm not thinking that this person would change like that. So, he got out August 2017. I would say like the last week of August, it was like Jekyll and Hyde. Like it was
Mm.
like up and down, like it was different personality. Like one day he'll wake up happy, the next day he'll wake up mad. And it was like a back and forth thing. So I asked him, like, what's up? And he just chopped it up to like, well, I'm just trying to adjust to being back out, like on the streets. I
So
gave it a
let me
pass.
ask you, let me ask you, so when he got out, did y'all immediately go into a relationship or y'all was just still kind of courting as friends or just as
We
friends?
we we immediately like went into the relationship or whatnot. And yeah, that was a mistake, but we instantly got into it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
let's go to the time when he got out. How long after he got out, let's just keep it 100, did y'all have
Okay.
sex?
Mm.
I mean, we the same day he got out.
Oh
Mm.
no!
Mhm.
I'm a
He was
really
ready.
the same day. We both
Yes.
were ready. Like I was out. I was not doing anything like that. Like
Uh-huh.
just keeping it, holding it down a little while. And
Mhm.
we just yeah, the same day. The
The
same day.
same.
On my part, I can speak for me.
Uh-huh.
I just felt like I trusted him, like we known each other for years. So it wasn't like
Okay.
I met this person and then I
Okay.
just we messed around. But
Okay.
uh I initially was meeting a new person because I didn't realize like he was
Mm.
coming out of a different,
Mhm.
time in his life. But I
Yes.
didn't know that, like I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not gonna change on him. And we know each other and we've been through a lot of
Mm.
things together. So, but I found out. So yeah.
So did while he was in jail though, y'all was writing and you felt like y'all was forming a bond and in a relationship while he was in jail.
Yes, well, it was more so on my end. I was like, when you get out, I wasn't going to like date somebody while they're locked up. Like I'm not gonna
Mhm.
put myself on pause. Not to just I'm saying like to talk to other people and mingle with them or,
Mhm.
live my life. Like I wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
Because men, they don't do that with us. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if the shoe was on the other foot, it wouldn't have been that way.
So you basically said, look, while you're in jail, we're gonna be friends, but when you get out, we can talk about a relationship. Is that right?
Yes, we can see where it goes. And this is why I did consider it, because like I said, we've known each other for a long time. He's seen me with other people. I've seen him with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like we knew how each other operated, and I saw like he was like a person that liked to be around his lady. We used to be out, and it was women that was trying to holler at him, and he wouldn't cheat on like the person that he was with. Like it was just, more so like he was loyal to that person.
Okay.
That's what I saw as a friend. So I didn't
Okay.
know what was going on behind the scenes. So
Okay.
I saw all of this and
Mm-hmm.
went off
Okay.
of that.
Now I want to go back to you. Your statement was that you say you was gonna check him out and check out whether you was gonna date him once he got out.
Right.
That
Yeah,
was quick.
you know,
That was a quick investigation.
you checked him. Yeah, checked him for how long? Yeah,
How many hours?
Yeah.
he was out for 30 minutes. Said, I think we're gonna
Check.
jump in a relationship.
Yeah, I think we gonna get it started right now. That's
Oh,
how it
he was
No
been
judgment.
looking good, had been lifting weights and stuff.
Yeah, he was very nice looking when, yes.
Oh
Nice
Lord, have
looking.
mercy. That's what we get caught up at, ladies. That's what we get caught
Yes.
up. And then, I mean, just we've been having conversations about men in prison and men who are down
Mm,
low. So
right.
did you think and the risk of HIV, did it was your flesh just strong? Did you think like about safety and the possibility of any of that disease?
I did. I did. I just I think I put my trust in my trust for him. I wasn't like,
Mm.
like it. I'm an honest person. It was not smart. It
Yes.
wasn't smart, but I did it, and
Yes.
I trusted him.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um, but yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't the smartest idea.
I
I'm not going,
appreciate
yeah.
that. I appreciate that transparency, that honest dialogue. Like she just acknowledging that was crazy. And we all have done that, crazy things based upon what we
Mhm.
feel, our emotions in that moment. So we don't judge you, but I
Yeah.
sure wanted to bring that
Right.
out. All
Nah, it's
right.
fine.
So tell us, let's go on to now. Y'all done slept together. You done got that soul tied right quick. You all
Right.
in now. Can't tell you that. You all in now. You done got your little bit.
Right, right.
All right. So tell
So,
us, go ahead. Tell us now how it progressed to y'all now in a relationship, and then you just started to see the changes, and then tell us what that was like.
okay, so the first, like I said, I probably say like the first 3 weeks it was cool. And then like close to like the end of August, it was like Jekyll and how, like I said, he was back and forth and just upset about, nothing. Like,
Mm,
and so I asked him and he basically was like, if I'm just getting back adjusted to being out on the streets or whatnot. So I did, I kind of, brushed it off because that could be a thing.
yes.
Uh, so
And where was he staying?
it he was he was staying with me. He was
Mm,
staying with me at first.
okay.
Um, so yeah, so when it got to when I got irritated like in September. It
Okay.
didn't take long. Like I got
Okay.
irritated automatically in September. Um so this is one of the first things that I noticed. He started selling cars, like he would buy cars and then he would flip them.
Mm-hmm.
So he had like this Mustang and then he had like an Infinity. Both of them he was trying to sell. Now the Mustang was, beat up. The
Mm-hmm.
Infinity was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And my truck had just like conked out. So
Mm,
in my mind, I was like, I kind of like the infinity or whatnot, but I
mm-hmm.
wanted to see what he was gonna say. So he's like, "Oh, you like that Mustang?" And I'm like, "No." So
Yeah.
we go to his uncle's house, and his uncle was like, "You don't think that, your lady should have that infinity? That
Mm,
infinity is nice." And he was just sitting there like
Mm-hmm.
quiet, like looking at his uncle, like, why are you saying it?
mm.
So he's like, I'm just saying she deserved it all. Like, you're not gonna
Wow.
find nobody that, did what she did, stood by you.
Um,
So he was like, all right. So the next day we went to the DMV. This when a light bulb went off. So we're at the DMV. He signs over the car as a gift. And then he automatically says, "Oh, well, I guess you're not gonna need me no more. I'm not going to
mm,
hear from you anymore since you got a car and things of
mm,
that nature." And he
mm,
was just going on and on about it. And I was just thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't you want me to
mm,
have something? Like, why
mm,
why is it so hard for you to
mm,
fathom me having something? Why do you want to do everything for me or be there every time I'm doing something?
mm,
Um and it just came off to me like a need of control. Like
mm,
he needed me to need him. And he
mm.
said that on plenty of occasions, "You act like you don't need me."
Oh,
Uh, which, I don't, but
Mm-hmm.
flags, red flags.
yeah, so that was the first thing that I noticed. So okay, September, like the middle of September is when I ended up being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't find out until October, like the first week of October.
Mm-hmm.
And I just knew that I didn't like him very much during that time. I just didn't know. Um, I thought it was just because of who he was. So
Mm-hmm.
the second thing that I noticed was, so I do music. So I had a show on Halloween. Now the show was to help this lady who was dealing with cancer.
Uh-huh.
So all of the proceeds went to the lady.
Uh-huh.
So they were charging at the door. He comes in with a friend, his homeboy, and they tell him that, how much it costs, the cover charge. He is upset. So he comes to me and he's like, I don't see why I have to pay and we're together. And I was like, well, I told you, everybody is paying, the proceeds are going
Mm-hmm.
to a cancer victim. And
Mm-hmm.
well, that's what I'm saying. You don't know nothing about equality. Like you gonna have me come out here and I have to pay and this, that, and the third, and just entitled, like just
Yeah.
feeling like he's
Yeah.
entitled because I'm doing something. That's when I noticed I was like, he lacks empathy.
Yeah.
I wasn't even getting paid for the show. I just wanted to do it because it was
Yes.
helping somebody.
Yes.
And I was and that disgusted me,
Yes.
and right then and there,
Wow.
it was like, ugh, like I just was
Yes.
completely turned off. And
Ooh. Woo.
so
Oh no, that's powerful. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. Tell us, one of the things you brought out in our pre-interview was that you began to notice how he was completely different from the friend that you had growing
Mm-hmm.
up. Tell us how you begin to see that his real character was different from the person you thought you knew.
yeah, well, that happened when we were staying together.
Mhm.
uh it was one particular incident when I was just moving out there into the neighborhood, and I didn't know what time the trash person came. Mind you, he knew I was pregnant.
Mm,
So I said, "Hey," I said, "Can you take the trash out there? I don't know what time they're coming." And he was like sitting up in the bed, like on Facebook.
mm,
And he was like, it was just the way that his tone and everything was different. He was just like, "Man, it's too early. I'm not going out there. If you want the trash taken out, you go out there and do it yourself."
mm,
So I just like looked over there because in my mind went to like doing them something. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, if like he's just getting out, if I do something to him, then like it just it just baffled me. Like my feelings was hurt because I
Yes.
didn't know whether he was
Yeah.
having a bad moment.
Yes.
That was like the first time when I noticed that, Jekyll and Hyde. So I didn't know
Yes.
whether he was going through something or whether like
This is
this
who
the
he
real you.
really is. Yeah.
Yes.
So so yeah, that's when I noticed it and I was like, damn, like excuse my language, but like it just
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
shocked me. It shocked
Yes.
me. Yeah.
Yes. And then things got worse. Tell us when you start to see bouts of anger and rage, and tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so when things got worse was basically when he found out I was pregnant, his whole like he really changed. Like it
Mm,
was like a you need me and I'm gonna
mm,
treat you
mm,
dirty because I know you need me.
mm.
And in his mind, I felt like he felt that I wasn't going to leave him because of my
Now you
loyalty
look.
to what he has been through.
Mm,
So he would push his luck. So I got tired of his treatment, basically like the gaslighting, the no accountability, the belittlement. So I I told him, I was like, I don't think I could do this. And this was like I say this was basically like the beginning of November, like when I just
mm,
broke it off. Uh and he was like trying to tell his story. I mean, like tell his side of me,
mhm,
like basically like, it's I'm going through this, I'm going through that.
mm,
By that time I didn't want to hear it,
Yeah.
So he got angry and he was basically threatening me, like saying what he would do and he saw red, he's seeing red, and he sent like different text messages
mm,
through the phone. So I had that as,
Mm-hmm.
proof. So
mhm,
we have this thing down here called sister care. So I immediately went there and
mhm.
we had court and they restricted him from being around me and things of that nature. Um, but yeah,
So prior to that, give us some examples of either the physical abuse or rage or gaslighting.
well, it was never physical abuse. It was more so like, okay, let's speak on the gaslighting. So like if he said something, I'm trying to think of something that he said. Okay, so one time when I didn't want to, I guess, follow his lead, he was basically saying like, "F it, I'm not gonna do anything for
Mm,
our child. I'm not gonna do anything for the baby since you won't listen."
mm,
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
after after our daughter got here, he he was like in front of people trying to rewrite history. Basically, I never said that I wasn't going to take care of her. You took off and ran away with the baby. You could have easily reached out to me and asked and said, "Well, I need this, I need that for her." Or like he did anything
Mm-hmm.
to not take accountability. When
mm,
you sat up here and said, I'm not going to do anything for her, and
mm.
I got like I keep all the receipts because when they get older, I want you to see,
Uh-huh.
like it wasn't me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know situations like back in the day, they didn't have like
Yeah.
physical proof like how we have
Yes.
now. But I do. So it's never a mommy kept you away from daddy. It's never a
Yes.
mommy started with daddy type thing. Like you
Yes.
can see it. But my oldest child, like she sees it and she doesn't really care for him.
Yes. So he didn't show any bouts of anger or rage and nothing like that. It was more emotional, mental and emotional. Did you ever see him
He
get angry?
he ne- he's not the type to he'll say stuff.
Uh,
He'll text stuff and he'll say stuff. He's very
okay.
passive aggressive. So if it's
Mm-hmm.
me
Uh,
and him talking, then he'll say things like on the low, and then he'll do that to get a reaction out of me. So it will usually be me like, who you
Mm-hmm.
talking to, or this, that, and third, da, 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 da,
Mm-hmm.
and if anybody from the outside looking in, because that's what they do things to get a reaction out of you. So if it was somebody outside looking in, they'll think that I was the
He
problem.
was the one.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
oh,
They'll think
wow.
that I was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. He played those games. So once you had the baby, talk to us about the nightmare of dealing with him after the baby came.
Okay. So first off, I want to say this because they abandon kids like no other.
Mm,
So it was a back and forth from the time that she got here. Okay. From the time that she got here up until now. Okay.
Mm,
That's been 7 years.
mm,
So it was like I would have like a moment to where I would be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have him come in and out or whatever. And then so he went missing for like 2 years. And then he came, well, I allowed him to come back in and we tried to co-parent. Every time we try to co-parent, I'm telling you, it's chaotic. Like
yes.
I could tell him she eats a certain diet. I don't want
Mhm,
her eating McDonald's. I don't
mhm,
want her eating candy. He'll take her straight to McDonald's. She
mhm,
knew nothing about McDonald's. She came home and she was like, yeah, I want some McDonald's. I said, how do you know
mm,
about McDonald's? Daddy took me to McDonald's.
mm,
mm,
Okay, cool. So I said something to him, but I was calm. So he
mhm,
kept doing it. I didn't say anything about it again. I didn't feel like that. Okay, so it got to the point to where I had my daughter's teeth like good, no cavities or nothing. It was just like he was like feeding her candy,
mm,
mm,
is that dinner? You know what I'm saying over there?
mm,
So she had to get two caps on the side,
mm.
of her mouth or whatnot. And so one time she did go over there. I said, please just allow her to brush her teeth at night. And just try not to give her no sweets or whatnot. When I say this man brought her back with a big old strawberry
mm,
cake,
mm,
Wow.
and it was like to get a rise out of me. I didn't say anything because by that time it's like, I just wasn't arguing back with him because I knew he wanted a reaction.
mhm,
So
Mm,
basically everything that I told him not to do, he would do like the opposite of it. And then he would like critique my parenting when
mm.
I'm there with her, full time,
So he would
and
be
he would.
missing in action for months at a time. Then
Mhm.
when he would come back, he would try and have something to say as if he's the super dad, if he even been there, and then
Yes,
come against
yes,
your parenting.
yes. I gave her my last name. He has a problem with that. So he initially wanted to argue about that, but he made it like it was about, oh well, she doesn't know how to spell her last name. Mind you, General is not, she was little, so that's kind of hard for a small child at that time. I think she was like 5. So so he was like, you need to go harder. You need to go harder as a parent. She should know how to spell her last name.
mm,
So I was like, you never even taught her anything. You never taught her how to
Mm,
read, right? You never taught her anything. You don't even know what size she wear. Like you don't tell
mm.
me to parent harder when you know nothing about your child. You're not here.
mm.
Wow.
So yeah, he very critical,
Wow.
very arrogant, but insecure. That's what I don't understand
Yes.
it.
So from the time the daughter was born, tell us real picture of was he there during the birth and then when did he ghost the baby, you
Mhm,
and the baby?
Okay, so when I had her, when I was giving birth to her, I we had some words before I actually gave birth.
Mhm,
So I didn't call him until I actually gave birth to her because I didn't want that energy in the room
mhm,
with me while I was giving birth.
mhm,
So after I had birth, my mother called his grandmother on his dad's side.
mhm,
And then she ended up calling him, and then he came in. And this is the thing I gotta say too. Like, so he walks in the room, and I have visitors there. He, instead of coming to see his, like coming in straight to see his child, he's trying to go in and dap up other people because, mind you, in his mind, he knows I have told them what happened. So he has to create
mhm,
this facade on who
ah,
he is. So he goes
mhm.
around shaking everybody's hand like they don't know who you are. They don't even care for you. So
wow.
then he comes to me last and then he's like, he sits down with the baby, and then he's looking at the baby. I already know that in his mind, he trying to see if she looked like him. Cause I
Uh-huh.
mean, so he asked my mom, like, who you think she looked like? My mom was like, she looked like us. So he got upset about that. And that's when, well, I don't want to jump too ahead of the gun because I told you the girl who he ended up dating had reached out to me.
Yes, you could go there. You could go there. That's fine.
So when she reached out to me via Facebook asking me about the book that I wrote. So she ended up telling me that he was going around saying that that's not my baby. That baby don't look like me and things of
Mm.
that nature. Like just going around smearing my name, and
Mm.
she is around a lot of guys.
Mm.
Mind you, mind you now, he's known me my whole life. So
Uh-huh.
he knows how I am, but he has to paint this picture because he wants to make it seem like I'm the problem. I'm the
Mm.
reason why he's not in his child's life, or I'm making it difficult for him to be there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
so yeah, he did a rough smear campaign on me though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You have any questions?
So what, I just want to orient. So he got out of jail in August. Y'all started hot and heavy right after. It was
Yeah.
around, so then you got pregnant
In
August,
September.
September. Yeah,
I got
September.
pregnant September.
So
Yes, ma'am.
a month later, and then what happened like between then when you got pregnant and the time you are talking about now? So after you've had the baby, was there a lot of like it seemed like there was something that maybe happened during that time.
Well, basically, it was he had gotten really like cold. Like after he found out that I was pregnant, it was like a,
Mm.
a change. Like he was different. Like it was like
Mm.
I know you need me, so I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna give you my behind the
Oh.
kiss. I'm gonna treat
Mm.
you like a
Oh.
dog because
Wow.
you're gonna have to sit here and take this now.
Mm. So
Wow.
Because
basically you're on the hook because you having my baby. So now I
yes,
can
ma'am,
do you however I
Oh.
want to do you.
I can do you however I want to do you.
Mm.
So,
So
LaLisa, tell us how you began to internalize that, knowing like this was your friend, your childhood
Mhm.
friend. You knew him. You thought, yeah, you described him as somebody who was chill, laid back, and now you seeing this different person. What were your thoughts during this time?
I felt like that was who he was the whole time. I just
Mm.
felt like he put on a facade. I feel like things can only bring out who you already
You
are.
truly are.
Mm.
The
Mm.
I so
situation
I
brings out your true personality.
Yes, ma'am. So I feel like I know he went through stuff in jail. I don't think that that was like I just feel like that was who he was. I think like when you're friends with people, you just you see them as a friend, but that person who laid down with them, like they know that person, like
Yes, you
they
know
see
him.
the
Yes,
the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's like even that person's own mother or grandmother
yes,
has a solid side that you have seen.
yes,
So it's I just felt like he's been that way this whole time, and I just got to know him on a different level, and
yes,
I internalized it like it did hit my confidence a little bit.
Mm.
Uh it hit my confidence a little bit. I kind of lost passion for certain things that I was doing at a particular time in my life. Like,
mhm,
like writing, music, just
yeah.
things that I enjoy.
Wow.
I lost passion for it.
Mm.
Uh, I think that I started to I wanted him to see a different side of me, but he knew who I was in our reality. It's just that I have to break you down and make you feel how I feel. Because
Yes,
although they come off like they're confident, like they're really not. It's nobody
right.
walking around that feels good about themselves going around making other people feel low. It's just
Yes.
I never believed that.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Wow. So, and you also talk about after y'all daughter how he liked to play mind games with you. He didn't want to be in her life, but he would like just harass you, do little things to irritate and agitate you.
Yeah, so like last year uh for example, my birthday time, he was he was supposed to get our daughter or whatnot.
Mm,
And my daughter, she came out and said that she didn't want to go and she started crying. So
mm,
I knew something was up and I was like, well, why don't you want to go over there? And she was like, he's just, he scares me with Chucky, the Chucky doll,
Mm, mm,
And I was like, I thought that was weird,
mm,
if you're gonna parent,
mhm,
so I kept asking her like what happened over there, like what's going on, what all is going on.
mhm,
So she was like, I just want to go with my grandma. Okay, so I text him back and I just made up something, I said, our daughter, she's gonna go play with some friends or whatnot. So he was like, okay. He texts back, okay. So like 3 minutes later, he texts back, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. Don't call and ask me to watch her no more. Now, mind you, he get her every other weekend, but he's acting
mm,
like, he's a
mm.
babysitter. Like, he doing
Uh-huh.
me a favor.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, because I don't have time for no games. You just said that, she was coming over here, this, that, and the third. So I was like, okay, I text him back, okay. So he just kept sending things like, you know what, just wait till she grown. Just wait till she grown and she could come, I can deal with her then because you play too many games, I'm not gonna be dealing with these games or whatnot. And so I just basically like just was saying, okay, like, okay, So
Yeah.
he texted me from 8 o'clock at night to about
Mm.
10, 11, around that time, like just sending harassing texts. Like he
Wow.
just kept going. He just kept
Wow.
going, like I wonder where the old LaLisa at, where she at,
Hmm. Like you the problem.
yeah, like I'm the problem. Like where
Mm,
she at? And then so I told him, I said, listen, you said that you do not, you want to wait until she gets grown. I said, I'm going to allow you that. I said, you said
mhm.
to wait. I said, quit texting my phone. I said,
Yes.
it's going on 10 o'clock. I said, it's nothing to talk about. I
Yeah.
said, it's nothing to talk about or whatever. So then he said, like I said, it was my birthday. So he was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to take back your birthday gift. Like just trying to
Yeah,
bait
boy,
me in. And I
bye.
was like, yeah, I was like, I don't care nothing about that. So finally he ended up, he stopped texting me or whatnot. But
Wow.
just and that was just to ruin my birthday though. That was just like,
Yes.
just to ruin my
Mm-hmm.
birthday. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So it sounds like these are people with this narcissist demonic spirit that people do not want to have kids with.
No.
mm,
No,
mm,
not at all. And I'm glad you said demonic energy, right? Because I used to get mad at him, but
Mhm.
I was reading, well, my grandma used to talk about the scripture a lot too, which was I think it's Ephesians 6:12, where they
Yes.
talk about it's not flesh and blood that we wrestle
Yes.
against.
not against, but
Yes.
And that has helped me to forgive him and other people, that in my life that have done something to me, or forgive myself for doing stuff to other people.
Yes.
Because it is like it's an energy, like it's a spirit. Like I
Yes.
don't it's not that vessel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like in particular. So
Yes.
that has helped me to forgive people. So
Yes.
I feel like it's a demonic energy, like it's a demonic
Yes.
spirit.
Yes. And would you say like now that you look back, could you tell the moments when he would either reach out a text or something and you could see you knew that it was like the devil that was trying to agitate you, get you vexed, get you discouraged, steal your time or something. You could look back and tell like it was a demonic spirit that you was dealing
Yes,
with.
yes, ma'am. I could tell. I could tell when he was. I could tell when he was in like a good spirit, and I could tell
Yeah.
when it was coming.
Yeah.
Or like if he would try to use bait. Like
Mm.
he would do certain things like play mind games. Like I need to talk to you about something. Never needed to talk to me about something. It's just like I want to keep her in her
Yeah.
head. I want to keep her in her mind.
Yeah.
Or he would, or it could be something like a financial abuse,
Uh-huh.
something like that, or he paid child support, but mind you, he would pay him like in little increments. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So it's not like, and it was like time for her birthday to come. And I asked him, I was like, well, can you get the bouncy house so I can, do like a bouncy house party? He texts back, I pay all this child support out, and you mean to tell me you can't get a bouncy house with that? No, because you sending me payments in small increments because you're thinking that I'm doing something with the money that you're sending for her. But even if I was, I'm the one that's doing for her all the time. I'm paying out
Yeah.
thousands compared to your
Yes.
few hundreds of dollars. Like you're not
Yes.
doing nothing, but you let
Yeah.
him tell it. Those hundreds of dollars that he's saying
Mhm.
is paying for the cars, it's paying for the
Mhm.
home, it's paying for the
Wow.
lights, it's paying for everything. And I'm like, that's like
Wow.
that dollar go a long way if it's doing all that.
So it's like he had the child, but it almost sounds like he was resentful towards taking care of it and looked for reasons to dip. Would you say
Yes,
that
yes.
that's accurate?
Always, always,
Always. Yes.
always.
Looking
And
for a
and
reason.
it was more so it was more so like if I wasn't like paying him attention or if I wouldn't have a conversation with
Mm.
him, because I would like gray rock him at certain times, like, he'd be like, hey, how you doing? Or hey, how y'all doing? I say, hey, our daughter is fine.
Uh-huh.
Like trying to keep it on like a
Yes.
Mhm.
certain, level.
Yes.
He'll try to start something. He'll try
Yeah.
to start something. If I try to stand up for, our daughter, like sometimes he would say, oh, I'm coming over there to get her tomorrow. And he would never show. And then I would say, you said you were coming today and I already told her and then you didn't come.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Well, you had to know something was going on. I'm at work. I'm on the road. You had to know something was going on if I didn't, reach out to you. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, look, you can lie to me. Don't lie to my child. You know,
Yeah.
and that's when that would turn out to be another argument. So it was never him taking accountability. It was
Yeah.
always I want to do whatever I want to do. You sit back and be quiet. Let me run amok
Mm.
Mm.
and we'll get along just fine.
Yo,
Mhm.
no, sir. No,
And
sir.
that was never me. Like, yeah, that's not how I was raised. So
Looking back, what would you, if you could do it all over again,
Mm.
or if you could encourage, other ladies, what would you say to yourself and or another woman?
I would say this. I would say when I think about the scripture, when they're speaking about love, when they say love is patient,
Mhm.
I would definitely say if anything is rushed, is not love.
Mm.
So I rushed, he rushed.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
and I would just say be patient and take your time because you never really know people how you think you know them. And
Mm.
sometimes, like my mother told me that, like I think y'all should remain on the friendship level.
Mm.
Listen to your mama, listen to wisdom, listen to the elders around you that's telling you something because they do know things. It's not because they trying to run your life. It's because they know and they've been there and
Mm.
they're trying to keep you from hitting a brick wall.
Mm.
So
Oh, I need to get this episode out tonight. No, I'm just kidding. That's a
and
powerful message. Go ahead. I'm
yes,
sorry.
and I do want to say this too. Although this happened, I do not regret it
Yes.
because it taught me so much about myself. While I was
Mhm.
trying to look out for him due to what he's been through, and knowing that he needed to heal his inner child, I needed to do the same thing.
Mm.
So I went back and worked on my inner child and things of that nature. Things that happened to me. So a lot of the times, like people, the relationships that we get into with other people, they are mirrors for us.
Yeah.
Mm.
They are mirrors for us, whether we are doing the same thing as them or what we need to do. Because narcissists, they put themselves first. And I feel
Mm.
like those of us that put other people before us, we do need to take a page out of their book and Okay, you care about yourself like that. I care about myself as well.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I do want to say this because I have been going, I've always been a believer in God, but now it's more so of me putting God first. So I
Yeah.
think if I would have had God first, I will not think I know. I wouldn't have went down this road.
Yes.
Like if I wouldn't have went for what I wanted and what God wanted
Oh.
for me, then I wouldn't
Mm.
have went down this road. So
Woo.
I that's the first message I would say. Just put God first. Like
Yes.
follow what God wants you to do. Make sure that your actions are in alignment with God. Like
Mm.
don't
Wow.
go wrong.
That's
So
awesome.
That is beautiful. And lastly, as we get ready to close, that's all so powerful. Tell us about your book, and we'll put that
okay.
information up.
Okay, well, this is it right here. It's called Pregnancy Blues by LaLisa
Mm.
General. It's on Amazon. I have it the Kindle version and paperback book. And it was number one new seller on Amazon and number 8 bestseller. But I originally wrote this book just so like if something was happening to me, like my daughters, like they can read this book, and know
Mhm.
what happened and
Mm.
break the cycle, break this cycle,
Wow.
and also for
When you say break the cycle, get more specific. Break what cycle?
I would say okay, I've seen marriages in my family. I've seen that, but I do come from a single parent home. My dad, he was around, but it was single parent. I have aunts, I have cousins that single parents. So I, break the cycle. Break that cycle or whatnot. Of just being a single parent. Getting into it with someone that's not in alignment with you,
Yeah.
uh, not a person of God, and
Beautiful.
and I also wrote this book to I just don't, especially like the younger women. I do not want them to just get involved in it like this.
Yeah.
Just like I don't care how long you think it has been, like, well, I don't have any kids yet or this, that, and the third. Like,
Yes.
wait,
Yes.
like your story is already written. Wait, because
Mm.
it's hard being a single parent, and I'm blessed because I do have a village, but it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And older, I say older women, uh, they they have I have heard a lot from them because they have told me that they have been through the same thing as well and how this book has helped them. So
Beautiful.
I
That's
you know I just
beautiful.
wrote it to help other people and to release baggage too, to like heal
Yes.
through writing and things of that nature. So yeah.
That is beautiful. Well, y'all heard it here, where you can get pregnancy blues. And so let's go out and support LaLisa, and we thank you so much for sharing, just letting us inside of what this mess could look like. And hopefully somebody will hear it and be like, oh, they might be in it, might be
Yes,
currently in it. And they'll be able to see themselves in what you just shared and know that they need to get out of it. And so
yes,
we want to thank you for being transparent and just sharing the facts of how all of us have been there and done that, rushing into things. And
yes,
I think it's important now more than ever that we take a pause and we pump the brakes, because it's
right.
it's a lot of hot garbage, out there, male
Right,
and
right,
female, hot garbage. And
right,
so we got to slow down and listen to the spirit and
Mm.
pay attention when the Lord is trying to let us know that something's not right.
right.
So thank you so much again, and we thank you for your time. We thank you for sharing your story, and we hope that everybody goes out and searches up the Pregnancy Blues on Amazon, and we will get our copies, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right,
Well,
thank
thank you
y'all.
so
Absolutely.
much. Thank you, and you have a
No
wonderful,
problem.
wonderful night. Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you. Have a
y'all
good
too.
night.
Thanks.
All right.
Good
Okay.
night.
Bye.
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 Y'all heard it here on Love, Lust, or Lies. Like, share, and make sure you're subscribed so you can get the hottest episodes once they hit. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.